transported to the hospital for medical attention, where she succumbed hours after.
What we have been able to gather so far in the course of the investigation is that both Kishan and Ramos were on board a Lifan brand motorcycle, Kishan being the driver, when upon reaching that area, Mr. Kishan lost control of the motorcycle, and veered off-road, resulting in the injuries reported. That has not been established. However, the responding officers reported that they in fact smelt the aroma of alcohol, and that was one of the reasons why a sample was requested from him. However, he refused to comply. I believe so. Well, it's an offense to refuse. As I said, he was served with a notice of intended prosecution. There are a litany of charges that are being considered at this point in time. However, there are certain processes that have to be taken before we reach that point.
Krishan, who is reportedly a member of the Belize Coast Guard, has been served with a notice of intended prosecution. He sustained minor injuries. An investigation remains underway into allegations that former UDP Minister Elvin Penner illegally entered a restricted explosives destruction site operated by the Belize Defense Force in the Baldy Beacon area. The incident, which we first reported on Friday, occurred during an ongoing operation to destroy unexploded ordnance, or UXOs, recovered from across the country following the deadly explosion at the home of businessman and former politician Dave Burgos. The destruction exercise has been carried out jointly by the BDF and specialists from the Organization of American States. Officials say nearly 90% of the explosive devices had already been destroyed when a bush fire broke out in the area. Due to dry conditions and the strong winds, the fire spread quickly, prompting emergency response efforts from both the BDF and the Forestry Department. Despite the fire, authorities continued with the destruction of the remaining explosive materials in an effort to eliminate any ongoing danger posed by the UXOs. According to reports, BDF personnel later encountered the Penner inside the restricted training area. He was allegedly attempting to remove charging wires and white phosphorus material used during the controlled detonations. Speaking on the matter today, BDF Commander Brigadier General Anthony Velasquez confirmed that the matter has since been handed over to police investigators. Velasquez indicated that Penner could potentially face several charges in connection with the incident.
Of being passed on. It's in the process of being passed on. It has already been passed on, but we're still continuing the process.
I know obviously you're a security force. What is the recommendation? I know you cannot say what charges would be brought, but what are the findings of the BDF?
Well, from the point of view of the BDF, Mr. Penner trespassed into our training area, and he removed military items from the grounds, and that's our point of view there.
Were those items that Mr. Penner got a hold of, were those meant to also be destroyed, or was the BDF going to keep those?
A part of it was supposed to be destroyed, was being destroyed, and the other portion were still property of the BDF. Yeah.
So then, can you talk about how easy it was for him to actually get onto those training grounds that are supposed to be for the BDF?
Well, it's a huge area. It's several kilometers, miles wide. So there's no fence around the area at all. There's access by some minor roads and by other crossing hills and valleys. So it's not an area that is fenced off, anything like that, right? So people can access the area. However, during exercises, we put up warning flags and we deliver NOTAMs so that people know that we're conducting exercise in the area. And also, during the exercise, we have sentries out. So there's no reason why Mr. Pena didn't know that we were there conducting these exercises.
Do you expect that he should also face theft charges?
Well, that's a matter of for the police to determine based on the reports that we will give them.
But you managed to get back those items, they've been taken into evidence by the police?
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Okay.
The BDF commander also addressed concerns raised by nearby landowners affected by the ongoing destruction operations. He said the military has improved communication efforts with property owners in the area to keep them informed about the exercises and the safety measures being implemented.
The Belize Defense Force has supported Friday I was there at Beacon, and I met with a representative of the landowners in the area, and we had a very, very good discussion about moving forward and explaining our position to them and their position to us. And the feedback that I got was that everyone, the landowners were grateful that we were there destroying the unexploded devices that were found, that were a danger to their children and to their family and to themselves. So BDF found many of these items, and some of these people reported it, and we removed it from the area, and then we were destroying it. So we were doing all this destruction for the greater good of the general public. We have developed some methods of communicating better with the landowners. Since Friday. Okay. We have also been communicating, but we have established a greater and easier method of communication. And we ask them to, anytime they find any unexploded device, please inform us, and we will give them our contacts, and we will make some flyers and give it out to them so that the communication is there 100% and steady. So we take it very seriously that any unexploded devices that are found, that they should report it to the Belize Defense Force, and we will send a team out to either destroy it in place or remove it and destroy it at a later date.
And while some residents have criticized the BDF over recent bush fires linked to the operation, Velasquez maintained that the situation was handled effectively and that no major damage was reported.
Well, to coordinate the OAS PACAM team that visited, it didn't happen overnight. It took many months to coordinate that visit. And the only window that we had was that time that we did it. So the two experts that came from the OAS were here in Belize for a certain time and certain period. So we had to do it then, okay? That's the first thing. And secondly, during the wet season, when it's raining, the roads are very, very difficult and almost impossible, okay?
Even lower, you mean all the way there because there have been improvements?
Well, the road is very difficult even now. I was there Friday, and it was a very bone-jarring experience to drive out there. So during the wet season, the roads are very, very difficult and almost impossible for a truck. And to transport unexploded device in the back of a truck it's kind of dangerous. So we had to take it when the roads are good, and it coincided with the fact that the PACAM team had to be here in May. Now, in terms of the fire burnt out as of Friday. It did no damage to property any at all, so it was just a wildfire.
Wildfire.
Yes.
When you say property, you're talking about private property?
It did no damage to any man-made structure whatsoever.
Oh, but land and forest, yes.
Of course, it burned bush and it burned grass in the savanna.
Vegetation. Ecologically important.
That vegetation will grow back in a matter of months.
Okay.
No pine trees, well, okay. No great area of pine was destroyed. It was mostly brush and some open land, yes.
While police are now reviewing the Penner case to determine whether criminal charges may be filed, investigators have not disclosed the specific offenses being considered. Authorities, however, confirmed that the matter remains under active review as statements and evidence continue to be examined.
It relates to the inquiry in relation to Mr. Penner. I can confirm that the department has received a report and 2 statements, and those are being reviewed in light of the Dangerous Goods Act. As I stated, the statements have been received and they are being reviewed in relation to the Dangerous Goods Act. I am not able to say at this point in time until investigators review the statement and the app to see if the elements of any of the offenses are there.
At this time, no formal charges have been announced and police say investigations are ongoing. Coming up next, M67 fragmentation grenade discovered in Corozal town and the BDF receives a major donation. Stay tuned.
Orange Walk, you asked for a day party, so we're bringing it to you. Bakehouse Distillery presents the Sugar Rush Day Party on Sunday, May 31st at the Palm Island Bar and Grill from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Talk to me now.
The Day Party Crew, DJ Dollar, Mr. Flavor Cloud9, Evolution Sounds, DJ Keon, DJ Ras, DJ Mikey, DJ Iris, plus more. We'll be lighting up the evening into the night with every genre of music. Get your pre-sold tickets on the Quick Pass app for only $30. You can also book your seated tables or cocktail tables at 610-2965. So mark the date for the fashionable Sugar Rush Day Party, Sunday, May 31st at the Palm Island Bar and Grill, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Early arrival is suggested. Sponsored by Bakehouse Distillery, Cane Rum, Three Fingers Gin, Bakehouse Vodka, Landshark Hard Seltzer, and Digi.
Hey everybody, greetings from Philip Alvarez Park in Orange Walk Central. And guess what? Night market is coming back again. May 30th, remember, May 30th. Even get picnic tables for now. Look forward to see you all.
Orange Walk, get ready. The Honorable John Briceño and the PUP Orange Walk Central Executive presents Sugar City Night Market, happening May 30th, 2026 at the Philip Alvarez Park in Orange Walk Town from 6 p.m. until midnight. Come out and enjoy an exciting night filled with food, drinks, local artisans, entertainment, music, and much more. Sponsored by the Orange Walk Central Executive, John Briceño, the Special Envoy of Belize, and the Orange Walk Town Council.
The Belize Defense Force was able to successfully remove a live hand grenade that was discovered in Corozal town late last week. The M67 fragmentation grenade was found on C Street. The BDF Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team was immediately notified and deployed to the area to assess and secure the device. According to officials, the grenade was safely retrieved without incident, preventing any danger to nearby residents and businesses. The circumstances surrounding how the explosive device ended up in the area are still under investigation. The M67 fragmentation grenade is a military-style explosive commonly used by the United States military and has previously been recovered from the possession of criminal elements in Belize.
To a call from the police, and we found an M67 fragmentation grenade, which is a high explosive grenade, in the area of C Street in Corozal town. The grenade was a live grenade, and it could have done a lot of damage had it been used in the way it was meant to be used.
Is it known who was in possession of that grenade?
Well, when we found it, no one was in possession. It was in an open area near a tree in a plastic bag.
How could it have gotten there?
A very good question. I can't answer that question.
The origin?
The origin of the grenade, M67, I believe it's an American-made grenade.
So do we have more of those? Like, how would those have gotten in country in the first place? Cartels? I don't know.
Well, the assumption would be by cartels or by criminal elements, definitely local criminal elements as well.
We've found those types before already, right?
Yes, we have.
Authorities continue to urge members of the public to avoid handling suspicious objects and to immediately contact police or the BDF if any explosive or military-style devices are discovered. Tonight, investigators continue to compile evidence in the ongoing immigration theft case with hopes of eventually filing criminal charges against those responsible for the theft of more than $100,000. Authorities confirmed that the investigation remains active and that police are gathering statements, financial records, and other supporting evidence as part of the probe. According to police, the case involves the alleged theft and the possible misuse of immigration-related funds and documents. Police say once the investigation file is completed, it will be forwarded to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for legal review and guidance on possible charges.
As it relates to immigration, what I've been advised is that an official statement has been given in relation to the missing documents, nationality documents, and as it relates to the missing sums of money, arrangements are being made to record a thorough statement in relation to that report. They have informed us of certain things, however, a thorough statement needs to be recorded with particular and specific information, and that is what the investigators and those persons are working on, to get all the documents in order so that when the report is given, it is comprehensive.
Authorities have not yet announced any arrest, but they maintain that the investigation is progressing and that further updates will be provided as more information becomes available. A Belizean citizen was among the inaugural group of deportees transferred from the United States to St. Kitts and Nevis as part of a new bilateral migration agreement involving CARICOM nations. According to reports from Hour Today, 3 individuals, including nationals from Jamaica and Belize, arrived in St. Kitts and Nevis on May 19th. Officials in the Federation clarified that these persons were deported due to immigration violations in the U.S. and are not convicted criminals. The transfer was executed under a memorandum of understanding between the United States and St. Kitts and Nevis, aimed at relocating certain third country CARICOM nationals. Authorities emphasize that the deportees will undergo the usual immigration and security checks and will be granted the legal status typically afforded to CARICOM nationals residing in the country. Furthermore, officials stated that the individuals maintain the right to return to their home countries if they wish, in accordance with immigration laws. This initiative is part of a broader U.S. strategy where nations temporarily accept migrants or deportees whom American authorities find difficult to repatriate directly to their countries of origin. Prime Minister Terence Drew has confirmed that only CARICOM nationals without criminal backgrounds will be eligible for this arrangement. Several Belizeans across the country are expressing frustration over escalating electricity bills, adding to the list of rising living costs that include groceries and fuel. Many residents have reported their recent bills have doubled or even tripled, igniting widespread concern about the affordability of basic necessities. In response to a surge of complaints circulating on social media, Belize Electricity Limited BEL issued a brief statement last Friday indicating that it is currently reviewing the ongoing concerns and plans to provide a more detailed response soon. In its official statement, BEL attributed the increase in electricity consumption primarily to seasonal weather patterns. The company explained that during the hotter months, cooling devices such as air conditioners and refrigerators have to operate more intensively to maintain comfortable indoor temperatures, which naturally results in higher energy use. BEL also recommended that customers consider alternative methods to reduce their electricity costs during peak heat hours, such as using fans, keeping blinds closed during the day, and circulating cool air. Despite the explanation, many Belizeans remain unconvinced that these measures fully account for the dramatic rise in their bills. The Belize Defense Force has received a major donation of medical equipment aimed at strengthening its emergency response capabilities and improve medical care for both soldiers and nearby communities. The donation was made by Isaac Furr of Turning Life and includes an ambulance, an X-ray machine, and a defibrillator. BDF Commander Brigadier General Anthony Velasquez says the new equipment will significantly enhance the force's medical services. He explained that the BDF already has trained X-ray technicians and medical doctors in place who are capable of operating the equipment effectively. Velasquez also noted that the BDF is collaborating with the Ministry of Health and Wellness to assist the wider healthcare system. As part of that effort, some BDF medical personnel may be made available to support hospitals across the country when needed.
Several reasons to deploy ambulances. So the ability to have another one is a great game changer for us. The X-ray machine, we've never had one before, and we have always needed to send our soldiers for various injuries to get X-rayed. So this will greatly increase our capacity to do it here at low cost, at probably no cost to the soldier at all. We'll just have to develop we already identified a building, and we just need to refurbish that building to the medical standards with the lead-lined walls and everything else, right? So Mr. Furr's donation has really put us ahead of the game, and we really appreciate it, and we'll continue to collaborate with him in the future.
Can you explain who will be using the equipment? Do you have officers, do you have men who are trained in this?
Yes, we already have trained persons. We have drivers, we have people who are trained as X-ray technicians, and we have our medical doctors who can use the defibrillator equipment. Actually, we aside from this donation, we have several personnel who are very highly trained who went to Mexico, to Guyana, and other places, the US, and even the UK. And they're coming back into the BDF, and we're developing a system with the Ministry of Health where we will have our doctors and our highly trained medical personnel on service to the other hospitals throughout the country. So we do have a high capacity of medically trained personnel.
The donation is expected to improve the BDF's readiness to respond to medical emergencies while also strengthening support service available to communities nationwide. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
From whiskeys and wines to elegantly crafted cocktails. Paired with charcuterie boards and perfectly seasoned steak bites, and much more. Perfect for celebrations, quiet nights, and every special occasion in between. 7 Notes Wine and Spirits, where every sip hits the right note.
Orange Walk, you asked for a day party, so we're bringing it to you. Bay Coast Distillery presents the Sugar Rush Day Party. On Sunday, May 31st at the Palm Island Bar and Grill from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. The Day Party crew, DJ Dalla, Mr. Flavor Cloud9, Evolution Sounds, DJ Keon, DJ Ras, DJ Mikey, DJ Iris, plus more. We'll be lighting up the evening into the night with every genre of music. Get your pre-sold tickets on the Quick Pass app for only $30. You can also book your seated tables or cocktail tables at 610-2965. So mark the date for the fashionable Sugar Rush Day Party, Sunday, May 31st at the Palm Island Bar and Grill, 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Early arrival is suggested. Sponsored by Bakehouse Distillery, Cane Rum, Three Fingers Gin, Bakehouse Vodka, Landshark Hard Seltzer, and Digi.
My name is Dr. Rosita Jimenez, and I'm a general laparoscopic surgeon. We have just finished an emergency appendectomy, and we're now moving on to our second operating theater for our laparoscopic gallbladder screening. Basically, this is very easy to diagnose. Simple abdominal ultrasound or a pan-abdominal ultrasound can give us the diagnosis. Laparoscopic gallbladder removal surgeries, 90 to 80% of the time, are done due to gallstones. However, there are other conditions like tumors, malfunctioning of the gallbladder that also are reasons to get a laparoscopic surgery. We also have an amazing CT scan and X-ray unit who work hand in hand with our doctors. Instruments used in laparoscopic surgery are chokers like these. It makes it easy for us to do the surgery through these entry ports. The recovery process is excellent. And basically, within a week, you are back up, ready to do your job, your daily life activity, like if you hadn't had this surgery.
From Belize to Mexico, the journey of football's greatest moments will unite nations. Mexico, the only country to host the World Cup 3 times, 1970, 1986, and now in 2026, you can be a part of the game with Centaur. We're sending you and a friend to experience the opening of the World Cup firsthand. 2 tickets, flights, 3-night stay, and daily cash. One incredible opportunity. How to enter? Sign up for one of our new Express Plus bundles. Remember, faster speeds mean more entries. Existing customers, keep your account at 0 balance or pay in advance to be eligible. Plus, engage with us on social media for even more chances to win. The 2026 World Cup in Mexico awaits. Don't just watch, be part of it and score big with Centaur.
When speed matters, every second counts. Get ahead with ExpressNet. Fast, reliable, ready when you are.
Edmund Andrew Marshallek has officially assumed the role of temporary Justice of Appeal, marking a significant milestone in his legal career. The ceremony took place today at the Belize House in Belmopan, where he was sworn in by the Governor General, Dame Froila Zalam. He will serve from June 1st to July 15th, 2026. During the formal oath-taking, Justice Marshallek expressed his dedication to maintaining the integrity of the judicial system. He committed himself to serving with impartiality, confidence, and fairness, emphasizing his unwavering pledge to uphold the rule of law in his new position. Marshallek has been practicing law in Belize for more than 30 years and has spent the past 16 years as a senior counsel. He has appeared in several important cases before the Court of Appeal and Belize's highest courts. 22 law enforcement and forensic specialists from across the Caribbean region recently participated in an intensive week of training in Spain and France, focusing on European approaches to crime scene investigation techniques. Representing Belize were a crime scene investigator from the National Forensic Science Service, NFSS, and an officer from the Belize Police Department. Their participation was made possible through the PACE Justice Project, a program implemented by UNDP Belize with financial support from the European Union. The study mission, conducted from May 17 to the 23rd, expanded on advanced training sessions held in Barbados last year. Throughout the visit, attendees engaged with European law enforcement and forensic professionals to observe and learn about international investigative methods and the integration of cutting-edge technology in police work. Participants explored innovative tools including artificial intelligence, virtual reality applications, and the geographic information systems, the GIS. These technologies are increasingly vital for mapping crime scenes, analyzing evidence, and enhancing investigative capabilities. This training initiative comes at a pivotal time as there is growing police demand in Belize for more effective investigations and higher conviction rates in serious criminal cases. The NFSS emphasized that such programs are essential for bolstering Belize's criminal justice system, enabling it to rely more heavily on scientific evidence to support criminal investigations and prosecutions. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, May 26th, here on CTV3 News and Face the FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.